This is an introduction into balancing the hormones using what we call a two-pointing system. The two-pointing system directly relates to the various organs and glands of the body. The hypothalamus, pineal, pituitary, thyroid, thymus, liver, pancreas, adrenals, and ovaries, testes. And when we do a two-point, what we do is we connect each one to each of the others. So we have, in kinesiology, we have a test point for the hypothalamus, which is right where the ear meets the side of the head. Now what we do is we have the client put that in circuit, feet together and apart, and then we test the muscle against the pineal gland, which is right beside the end of the eyebrows. Now if that muscle goes weak, we then rub the point of the pineal gland, and the rubbing points for the hypothalamus are in the center of the collarbone. And so we just rub those points, and then we test the pineal gland against the hypothalamus. Then we test the pineal gland against the pituitary. The pituitary gland is in the center of forehead on the third eye, and if that goes weak, we again rub the hypothalamus to the pituitary gland. We then test the thyroid, which is in the center of the throat with all fingers. That's weak. We rub the hypothalamus and the thyroid points, which are just below the knobs of the collarbone. And then we test it again. Now each of these tests are done in 4 stages of testing. I've just shown you the one, but the 4 stages of testing are contraction, extension, moving to contraction, moving to extension. The reason we do that is that each of those different muscle tests show us something different. Right, this is present time right now, this is past. When it's moving to, it's accident or genetic or nutritional. And when it's moving to extension, it is suppression. That shows us that we've corrected something. If it goes weak on that, it shows us that we've corrected something but actually suppressed the real problem. So we do those points, all of those points. With the thymus, for instance, the thymus works on vibration, so we tap the thymus as we test. Hold, and that's gone. So when we do the corrections to the hypothalamus, we do that. Now once we've done the liver, the pancreas, adrenals, and in this case ovaries, on Steph, who's one of my colleagues, we then take it out of circuit, feet together, and we then put in the pineal gland in circuit and test the hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, thymus, liver, pancreas, adrenals, ovaries, and do the corrections. The corrections are all rubbing points except for the thymus. When we've done the pineal gland, feet together, we do the pituitary gland, feet apart. And then we test that to the hypothalamus, because basically, and pineal, etc. But basically what happens is that when we test the hypothalamus to, say, the pineal gland, we then get that working. But when we then put the pineal gland in circuit, we've got to make sure that the pineal gland is actually talking back. So we've got one talking to one, then we make sure the other one's talking back. So we connect all of those things. So we do each one of them in circuit, and each one, and then it's tested against the other 8. And that way, we then get a completely balanced endocrine system that's all talking to each other. There you go, Debs. You now know how we're going to balance your hormones when you come over. And there you go, Ralph. Okay.